Good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you've been watching this transmission. 'Tis I, Mike Martins. Welcome back to Canadian housing wrap up for the week. Guys, there's quite a bit going on actually. I had to open quite a bit of articles here to cover what's happening in Canada. It's a big country, not too many major cities, but lots going on in the cities that we do have. And man, is housing ever a topic. Everywhere you go, people are talking about housing. Housing is like bigger than sports. Anything that's going on is housing. This week, top stories: how money laundering sends real estate prices soaring and Canadians buy exuberance crashes. So let's go over our cheat sheet here for the week through Better Dwelling. Then we're going to head off to Alberta, Montreal, Vancouver, Toronto. So lots going on here in Canada right now. Time for your weekly cheat sheet on this week's most important stories. This is today's date from Better Dwelling. You could always count on Better Dwelling for a great housing article or housing discussion, even recession discussion, anything. Check out, subscribe to their newsletter. I love these guys. These guys are great. Canadian real estate, how a little money laundering can have a big impact on real estate. There's no way enough money laundering in Canada real estate to affect prices, right? We take a dive through how asset prices are born and how money laundering has a ripple effect in the market. The reality is any assessed market can be manipulated without a whole lot of money, including real estate. Because remember, guys, a lot of this money isn't being layered in, which traditionally money launderers would layer money into the system. And when you layer money into the system, it's a great way because you pay tax on it, you kind of pay, your duties on it, you kind of do all the stuff on it, and it comes out clean. The problem is they're not layering the money through, so they're just dropping tens of millions and billions of dollars right into real estate. Then they're shadow flipping it between their friends overseas, and they're selling it back and then buying it back, selling it back, and then they keep cleaning money into the Canadian system, right? Unfortunately, they're doing it the greediest way possible and taking advantage of Canadian law or Canadian government loopholes. And that's what's been crippling a majority of Canadians. And it doesn't take much. Once you start dumping in money into a market where the system isn't designed to properly, digest it, you start running into huge problems. Canada's largest bank sees mortgage numbers print another negative. Well, what's new? We know this already, but Canada's largest bank reached historic moment. They're now holding fewer mortgages. They held 4,759,000 mortgages in November 2018, down 0.18% from the year before. This is the first year-over-year decline for November going back to at least 1990 AD. Prior to 1990, comprehensive data is not available. Canadian real estate buyer exuberance is crashing. Well, it's how many Canadians were buying? Let's be really frank. How many Canadians were really buying in the Vancouver and Toronto markets? With all the stress testing and stuff, give me a break. Seriously. The U.S. Federal Reserve of Dallas Homebuyer Exuberance Index is falling for Canada. The index fell to 1.323 in Q4 of 2018, an 11.86 decline from the previous quarter and below the critical value. Falling below the critical value means price irrational acceleration is over. Now the market has to deal with 15 quarters of irrational price increases. Yeah. Is it 15 quarters of irrational? I thought it was 19 quarters of irrational price increases. Depends what market, right? Because the Vancouver market was right after the Olympics. Everyone said the market was going to crash right after the Olympics, and a lot of people dumped their properties right after the Olympics, and then boom, because everything was so expensive. Because I remember, was it 2010 or 2012 Olympics or 2010? I can't even remember, in Vancouver. And everybody was ready to dump their properties because the average condo was still overpriced. Things were still expensive. And that's when I started making videos. At 2010 or something, I can't even remember, but it was, I was making videos about that. Then I got my channel shut down. More seniors rack up almost $3.5 billion in reverse mortgage debt. Again, people are sitting down at home and they get this message on TV after hours. Are you over 65? Do you own your home? Well, we got the financial freedom you've been looking for. This new reverse mortgage. Just sign your house to us and you could borrow as much as you need to travel, play golf, and then boom. What happens after? You run out of funds. Very scary predicament to put yourself into, guys. Canadian seniors are rapidly turning their reverse mortgages to tap into their home equity. The balance of reverse mortgage debt has reached $3.45 billion in February, up 0.84% from the month before. The annual pace of growth hit 28.56%. Wow. From last year, when compared to the same month last year, the pace of growth makes it one, if not the fastest growing segments of debt in Canada. Canadian real estate demand slips further in March. The sales to new listings, SNLR, a measure of market to balance of Canadians' real estate, moved lower. The SNLR across Canada fell 54.6%, down 2.6% from the same month last year. The move indicates markets across the country are moving closer to a balanced equilibrium. When we break that down, however, some of the country's largest markets are pushing towards a buyer's market. Guys, watch out for buyer's markets, guys. Watch out, because that's how the media is going to start spinning it. As we have a buyer's market now, ladies and gentlemen. This is a great buyer's market. This is your opportunity. No, it's not. Sit back, relax. Because you want to go back? Watch. I'll tell you why. 15 quarters of irrational price increases. You think it's being 1-2 quarters of drops? 3 quarters of drops? Nah. I think I beg to differ. It's going to be 15 to 20 quarters of declines coming your way. Sell before you buy. This is a new housing market battle cry. Guys, there's a lot of people right now are buying before they're selling. I don't need to read this. Sell before you buy. There's a lot on the market. Okay, so if you're looking to buy or upgrade your house, or you just don't care what the price of a house is, and you just want to, then you go ahead and sell before you buy, please. Because this was a problem back in the 90s, where people were selling before they buy, and were buying before they sell, and it was a nightmare. Co-ownership on the rise in Metro Vancouver housing market. So what's going in? People are pitching in with roommates, co-workers, and family members, and this is something like this was unheard of back in the day. Like, people would just own their home and work down and pay it down in 10 to 15 years. Co-ownership on the rise in Metro Vancouver housing market. Mortgage options available specifically designed for first-time home buyers who want to share the cost of buying a home with one or more friends or roommates or co-workers and family members. So they're doing this to try and get more fresh blood in the market, and I guess people that are not following the market and don't understand what's going on think this might be an opportunity of a lifetime. But you got to read the fine print, and you got to be super duper careful on what you're looking at, guys. Can't break into the sky-high lower mainland housing market? Perhaps it's time to consider a co-ownership, a creative option of sharing the financial burden of buying a home. Co-ownership is a way of buying real estate with one or more individuals. So there it is, guys. I'm not going to read anymore. You guys know what it means. Guys, watch out for this, please. Especially, people getting fished into something that they not sure about, and they think it's an opportunity of a lifetime. In reality, it could be a nightmare. BC real estate market cools home construction. So this is a very important article, guys. Once construction starts to go south, then production, then imports everything starts going down. We stop importing, we stop selling wood from our lumber mills. We stop buying bricks. We stop buying this. We stop buying aluminum siding. Everything comes to a halt. And it's not just the construction front of it. It's the back end, the conveyor belt in the back end of when it comes to construction. The policy-driven chill in the real estate market, which has triggered declining home values at slowing pre-sale purchases, may finally be translating into curtailed new home construction. The latest Terranet National Bank Home Price Index for March showed further price erosion in both Vancouver and Victoria, as well as declines in Kelowna and Abbotsford and Mission. Housing starts slumped for a second straight month. In March, fewer apartments units broke ground in the census metropolitan areas. Of Vancouver and Victoria, total urban area, BC starts declined 10% from February to a seasonally adjusted annualized rate of 32,493 units and 30% from the same month in 2018. So, there's not a lot of starts going on, guys. When you don't have starts, there's not a lot of starts in the housing market. People buying pre-builds and stuff, and people going nuts. But people are waiting on the sidelines. 2019 begins with a new record for Greater Montreal as a real estate market. So, guys, Greater Montreal area aggregated home price increases at a rate above 4% year over year for the 11th consecutive quarter. So again, are they seeing phony gains in Montreal? Lots of bidding wars in Montreal, guys. Lots of bidding wars up there. Lots of foreign investing. That's taken off from Toronto and moving north or northeast or east to Quebec. So this is something to actually keep an eye on. We've been keeping an eye on here. Selling your house in Montreal's hot real estate market 2019. Real estate market 2019. It is no secret that Montreal's hot real estate market, buyers and sellers alike, have already experienced multiple offers and overbidding in specific neighborhoods, namely West Island, Westmount, town of Montreal, Outremont, Notre Dame de Grace, Hempstead, as well as areas like Laval and South Shore of Montreal. Despite the low supply of properties for sale, the ever-increasing demand of overpriced property will still take much longer to sell and will help the competing homes to sell quicker instead of yours. So that's what's happening, guys. Just wanted to throw that out there. It's not good. It is not good. Woo! 7 days live blues, catering, food truck services for rental. Wow, that's nice. They do blues and they bring food to your establishment. Wow. Edmonton home sales are selling prices suffer 5-year March lows. First quarter real estate statistics show. Again, Edmonton, what's this house valued at right here? 357, 316. See this house right there? That house is worth 357. Look at those beautiful windows, the foyer, the 2 or 3 car garage. That's 357, guys. With warmer months ahead, Edmonton's housing market is expected to heat up after a slow winter in the first quarter of 2019. Residential sales in March hit a 5-year low for all types of housing in the city's census metropolitan area, according to statistics released Wednesday by the Realtors Association of Edmonton. But compared to the prior frigid February, sales rose significantly and the market is picking up. There were 1,200 total home sales in March compared to 986 in a month prior, for an increase of 21.7%. We're expecting the market to be moving, but it continues to be slow, of which is driven by external factors that are beyond our control, where federal policies continuing to have negative effect in Alberta, Association Chairman Michael Broderick said on Wednesday. So, yeah, too much government needs to stop getting involved in everything and just let people live their lives. Get out of the housing market, get out of the banking sector, get out of everything. So anyways, guys, it looks like that covers pretty much most of Canada. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below for this Canadian week wrap up and where are things headed? And they're not headed really. Again, let's go back to this Better Dwelling article. Now the market has to deal with 15 quarters of irrational price increases. Comment below. Let me know. Thanks for watching.